Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will see the uncrossed lines problem, which is from LeetCode day 25 of the May challenge. So let us now look at the problem statement. The problem says that we are given two lists of integers a and b, and we want to connect points between these two lists. So how do we connect two points? So connecting line conditions are given as a at I is equals to b at j. Then we can draw a line from point I in list A to point j in list B. Now no two lines should intersect. So these are the two conditions, and our goal is to maximize the count of uncrossed lines. Now in this case you can see that list A is having 3 elements and list B is having 3 elements. So I can draw a line from this one in list A to this one in list B, because they are having same values and they are not crossing any other line. Now we can also draw a line from this 4 to this 4, because they are having same values and they are not crossing any other line. But we cannot draw a line from this 2 to this 2, even though these two values are same, but if we draw a line then it will intersect. So this condition must be preserved as well, so we cannot draw this. We can take an alternate route as well. So if we take the same numbers, then we can draw a line from 1 to 1, and also we can draw a line from 2 to 2. So we have ignored this line from 4 to 4. So in this case as well your answer is coming as 2, and in this case your answer is coming as 2, that is 2 uncrossed lines. So you need to maximize the count of these uncrossed lines. So you need to find such configuration. Now in this case you just need to return the number of lines and not the configuration. Now one more thing to note is that if you have list A and list B, and if two lines are pointing to the same point, in this case you can see that 2 is pointing to this 2, and we have also drawn a line from this 2 to 2. Then it will also be considered as crossing lines. So if two lines are ending at the same point, then it will also be a crossing line. So this should also be kept in mind. So how do we solve this problem? What comes to mind for solving this problem? Well, a typical method to solve this problem is by using recursion or DFS. Now if we have this list A and list B containing these many elements, then how do we find where can we draw these lines? So what we will do is we will take a count variable, and which will initially be initialized to 0. Now we will try all possible configurations, and then we will take the maximum count in a configuration as our count value, and we will return that as answer. Now what we can do is we can draw a line from this point to this point, since we know that these two values are equal and they are not crossing any other point. Now we can make a recursive call on these 4 elements of A and these 5 elements of B. So if we are at this 5 and this element, they both are matching again, so we can draw a line. Again we can make a recursive call in these 3 points and these 4 points. Again this 1 and 2 are not matching, so now we will try with this one. They are matching, so we can draw a line. Again we will make a recursive call in these 2 points and these 2 points. Again these 2 and 2 is matching, we can draw a line, make a recursive call again. So after making all these recursive calls, you will just be testing one configuration. After that what we can do is we will just revert back to the previous element, and instead of taking this route we will try some other configuration. We will try to draw this line, but this is going out of bounds, so this will not be tried, and we will move back to the previous element. So in this case you can see that there can be too many configurations which will be possible, and the worst case scenario I have shown in the second example, where all the elements are same. So when all the elements are same, then you will match these lines, this will be matched. Okay, so this is one configuration, and your count value will come out to be, let's say, 4. Now since this configuration is tried, you will try the next configuration, but this is going out of bounds, so you will return back to this element. So this configuration was tried, you will try the next configuration, so this line will be matched, and again you will call recursion on this point, and all the points in B have been used, so we will send B as empty list. Now there is no point in B left, so again this line will be tried, which was already tried. Okay, this was already tried, so this is also going out of bounds. So you can see that there is repeating sub problem. Now you return back to this 2. Now this line had been tried, so again another line which is going out of bounds will be tried, and this will also return, so you will go to the previous element. Again the next configuration will be tried. Now A is having 2 elements in the next call and B is having 1 element. So when we are at this 2, we can draw this line. So this line we had already tried, and we already know the answer, but we are repeating the process again. So you can see that in this problem there will be many repeating subproblems. Now let us look at the next property. Well, if you are given this A and B list, and let us say initially they are having two elements, then the number of uncrossed lines which can be made at max will be equals to 1 between these two. Okay. Now what happens if another element gets added to A and one other element gets added to B? Then what happens? Will this increase the count of the number of uncrossed lines? Well, that depends on whether they are equal or not. So even if they are equal or not equal, they might or might not increase the count. So in this case, if these elements are equal, then they will surely increase the count of the number of uncrossed lines, because you had already found the number of uncrossed lines using two elements of A and two elements of B. And now if you are adding the same element in A and B, then we can draw a line here and we can say that the number of uncrossed lines have increased by 1. So in this case, count will be equals to 2. So if the new points are equal, then count will definitely increase by 1. Now what happens if the values are not equal? So in this case you can see that this 3 and 2 are not equal. So they might or might not increase the count of the number of uncrossed lines. So let us see what happens. Now what we will do is, we will try to include these 3 in this list A and we will not include these 2. So our configuration will be like this: 3 elements from A and 2 elements from B. Now taking 3 elements from A and 2 elements from B, we cannot draw any more uncrossed line. So our count remains as 1. Now let us take another configuration. So the other configuration is 3 elements from B and 2 elements from A. Now if you try this configuration, then you can see that you can draw a new line from this 2 to this 2. Therefore, by including this element 2, your count will be increased by 1 and this will be equals to 2 now. So whenever the elements are not equal, then you will have to take the maximum of these two configurations. So the maximum of these two configurations will be 2. So answer in this case will also be 2. Now what property is this? Actually you can see that we are solving a smaller subproblem and then adding new elements in order to solve a larger subproblem. So this we can say as a optimal substructure property. So we had already seen repeating subproblems and this one is optimal substructure property. So whenever these both are true, we can apply dynamic programming solution to such kind of problems. So before solving this problem by DP, let us look at some notations. So this list A and list B are given. A is having 4 elements and B is having 4 elements. So DP at ij means that taking the first I elements from list A and first j elements from list B. So if you say DP at 2, 3 is equals to 2, this means that if you take 2 elements from list A and the first 3 elements from list B, then the maximum uncrossed lines which you can make is equals to 2. So I hope you got the meaning now. Now since you know about the repeating subproblems, optimal substructure and the notation of this DP, now let us solve an example in order to fully understand the solution. So let us say we are given 4 elements in A and 4 elements in B. Actually there can be any number of elements in A and any number of elements in B. They need not be equal. So in this case what we will do is, we will draw a DP table. So this is a tabulation method. Now once we draw the DP table, I will make it as length of A plus 1 size and length of B plus 1 size, because this 0 indicates that you do not have any element in A and this 0 indicates that you do not have any element in list B. So whenever your list A or list B is empty, then you cannot draw a line from list A to list B, because in order to form a uncrossed line, your A list and your B list should be having at least one element each. So in this case, if either of the list is having 0 elements, then the number of uncrossed lines will be 0. So in this case, first row and first column will be 0. Okay, so I hope you understood this point. Now let us use the optimal substructure property and form the solution. So what we will do is, let us say we are at this point 2 and we are at this point 2. Now since these 2 points are equal, this is indicating our index 1 1. Okay, so in the list actually it is 0 indexed, but in the DP table it is starting from 1. So whenever we refer to this list, then we will do I minus 1th point, and j minus 1th point. This I have done in the code. So that you don't confuse, I have explained it here. This first element of B and first element of A, are they equal? So you can see that yes, they are both equal. So what I had explained you earlier, if they both are equal, then it is sure that your number of uncrossed lines will increase by 1. So whatever answer you had found with your sub problem, you will add 1 to it in order to get the new maximum number of uncrossed lines. Okay. So in this case, you can see that this is only the first element. So what sub problem must be present? Actually, you need to neglect these 2 points and then you will move back and see what was your answer. So how can you do this? Actually, you will have to decrement I by 1 and B by 1. That means this ith value will be decremented by 1, this jth value will be decremented by 1. So this is basically saying I minus 1, j minus 1. So diagonal element. So if you are leaving the current element of B and current element of A, because they both are equal, you need to add 1 to dp at I minus 1 and at j minus 1. So this dp at I minus 1 j minus 1 says that you are leaving the current element of both B and A because they both are equal. So you can draw one uncrossed line. Now you need to take this answer and add 1 to it. This I have already explained you. So here 0 plus 1 will be equals to 1. Now what we will do? We will move on to the next element. So moving on to the second column, this one indicates that you are taking 2 elements from B and you are just taking 1 element from A because this is the first row only. Okay. So in this case you can see that this will only have a maximum of 1 uncrossed line since you are just taking 1 element from A. Okay. Now you see if 4 is equals to 2, you can see that they are not equal. So the second case also I have already explained. This is second case. If these 2 elements are not equal, then what we will do? We will include this first element 3 and we will exclude this element 2. And this will form a new configuration. A is having 3 elements, B is having 2 elements. So we will see if we can draw one more uncrossed line. So this is not true for this case. Now we will take a different configuration. B will be having 3 elements and these 3 will be gone. So A will be having 2 elements. So with this new configuration, we want to find if we can draw one more uncrossed line. So this was true here. So we will take the maximum of these 2 configurations. So what configuration is this? This will be basically maximum of dp at I minus 1j. And what is dp at I minus 1j? Basically we are leaving the current element of this A. Okay. Because I minus 1 means we are moving 1 row up. So moving 1 row up means we are leaving out the current element of A. And then we are staying at the same column J because we will be having same number of elements in B. And the next step is to keep the same number of elements in this list A and decrement the last element from J. So this I have already explained you an example. So J minus 1 means we will not include this current element and we will include only till the element j minus 1. So there can be 2 configurations possible since this list A is having 2 and list B is having 2 and 4. So the first configuration is leaving one element from A. So A will become empty and B will be having 2 elements. So in this case you can see that this is the one we are talking about. So this will always have value 0. So max of 0 comma. And the second configuration is we are taking one element in A and one element in B. So this configuration. Okay, we are leaving out this 4. So when we take this, then you can see that we will basically move to the left and we can draw one uncrossed line. So in this case, we will take 1. So maximum of 0 comma 1 is 1. Therefore, we will put here 1. So I hope you understood both the cases now. So let us now fill the entire DP table and it will be much more clear. Now we will move on to the next point. So we are including 3 elements now. So if we include the first 3 elements 2, 4, 3 and one element from A because we are in the first row. So what we will do? We will see if these elements are equal. So if these elements are equal, then we will take 1 plus dp at I minus 1 j minus 1. Otherwise if they are not equal, then we will use this formula. So they are not equal. You can see that this 3 and this 2 are not equal. So we will take maximum of top and left. This will be 1. Now again this 4 and this 2 is not equal. Maximum of 1 comma 0, it will be equals to 1. Again we move on to the next row. So we move to next row, and this is having row number 2. This indicates that we will include 2 elements from this list A, and we are at this first column. This indicates that we are having 1 element from list B. So is this 2 equals to 3? No, they are not equal. So we will take maximum of top and left, it will be 1. This 4 and 3 are not equal. Maximum of top and left is 1. These 3 and 3 are equal. Therefore, we will add 1 to the sub problem having just 1 element from A and 2 elements from B. So this is 1. 1 plus 1 will be 2. Because when these two lines are equal, then we can draw an uncrossed line between these 2 points. So we need to exclude these 2 points and then calculate the maximum number of uncrossed lines which we can form excluding these 2 points, and then simply add 1 to it, because we can draw line from this 3 to this 3. So it will be 2. Now we move on to this 4. 4 and 3 are not equal. So it will be maximum of top and left, it will be 2. Similarly, again we move to the next row and we see that 2 and 2 are equal. So 1 plus diagonal. Now 4 and 2 are not equal. Maximum of top left. 3 and 2 are not equal. Maximum of top left. 4 and 2 are not equal. So maximum of top left. Now again we move to the next row. 2 and 4 are not equal. So maximum of top left. 4 and 4 are equal. So 1 plus diagonal, which will be 2. 3 and 4 are not equal. Maximum of top left. 4 and 4 are equal. So 1 plus diagonal, which will be equals to 3. So for this example, the maximum number of uncrossed lines which we can form is equals to this last cell value, which will give you the value 3. So you can see that if you see it, you can draw this line. Now you can draw this line, and also you can draw this line. So the maximum number of uncrossed lines here will be equals to 3. So the last cell value will give you the maximum number of uncrossed lines. I hope you were able to understand this. The time complexity for this will be equals to order of n into m, where n is the length of list A and m is the length of list B. So let us now look at the code. In this code, we are given the two lists A and B. Now I have simply found the number of elements in A and B, and I have taken the DP table, which I have already explained you that I will take one extra length for both rows and columns, because we need to consider 0 element cases as well. Now after taking the DP table, I will simply fill the entire table, and I have already explained you that if I equals to 0 or j equals to 0, this indicates that either list A or list B is empty. So if any one of the list is empty, then obviously you cannot draw any uncrossed line, and therefore you will have to fill the DP table at that location with 0. Otherwise, if you are having at least one element in each of these lists, then if any of the last elements are equal, then we will have to basically add 1 to the previous sub problem. So this I have already explained you as well in the optimal substructure part. If they both are not equal, if the last elements are not equal, then we will simply take the maximum of 2 configurations, which I have already explained you in optimal substructure. So this is the entire solution, and finally after filling the entire table, I will return the last cell value, which will give the maximum number of uncrossed lines between these two lists. So I hope you enjoyed the solution. If you have any other approach or solution in different languages, then please post below so that everyone can take benefit from it. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of this programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.